Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome back to the third video in this little mini-series of teams to suggest. As always, this is for the entire world. As always, suggest any interesting clubs and stuff in the comments below for people to pick up on. I'm going to give you 5 interesting, fun, silly save ideas that might or might not be fun. My knowledge of worldwide football, although extensive, is not quite that extensive. I've also got, most of these suggestions come from my Discord, my community on Discord, as we sort of had long chats about it and some interesting stories. So the first one, we're off to Colombia for the team that was voted the best team in the world in the 1950s. And that is Millonarios. Is that what are we going for that? Millonarios FC. They're in the Colombian, they're in the top league. They're like decent side. I'll put up some stats there, a little bit about their history. Basically, they were like the PSG, the Man Cities of their era. They had a shit ton of money in the 50s. I think even FIFA at one point tried to step up and say, hey, stop spending all the money. Like early financial fair play, like 70 years ago, which is amazing. But despite all that, I think they've only won 1 league. They've yo-yoed ridiculously. I think they've been in the top league for a while, but I'll show you a clip of what I found on FM21 of their recent position finishing, like up there, right? Editor, up there. This one, there. Okay. They're just like bloody yo-yo in the division. It's ridiculous. So I thought, why not manage the best team in the world? Because apparently that one's in Colombia. As my second choice, this one's a fun, easy one. Didn't think about it too much because, you know, why wouldn't you do it? And that is Inter Miami in the MLS. If you've never managed in the MLS, it's an experience that I think you should do. The draft, always get first pick in the draft. Right, just make sure you get first pick in the draft. Trade for it, whatever you have to do. Because there's like 3 good players every year, so get that. And obviously, if you're managing Inter Miami, you get to hang out with David Beckham. He could be your mate. Well, do I need to say any more? No, I don't. Let's move on. Next up, bit of a departure from USA. We are going, my friends, to Mongolia Zhongyu in China. I think in the game, so the actual official team name is Mongolia Zhongzu, right? Zhongyu. But it's in the game, it's commonly known as Hot, or Hot. H-O, one word, H-O-H-H-O-T. Hot. It's like when you get in the bath. They're based in Inner Mongolia, not the richest place in the world, so you're competing basically with the giant Chinese teams that spend, as we all know, ridiculous money on players and wages and stuff like that. You have terrible facilities, you don't have much money, but, my friends, don't worry. You got a 60,000-seater stadium for some fucking reason in old Mongolia. They love a big stadium there, apparently. So that's just a really fun one, and China is a very interesting place to manage and another place that people should try out. So my third team, and my fourth team, because numbers, is we're going to South Africa. And we're going to a little team that's been forgotten about, and that is, I'm assuming they're changing their name because as of the game currently they are called Ajax Cape Town. Now there's many teams that have sort of feeder teams around the world, almost like little academies and stuff, and Ajax own a team in Cape Town in South Africa, which is fine, good for you, do what you like, but they've sold it. So they're, well, fuck it, so they've left this little old team without an owner. It's daddy's left home. He's gone out for some milk, and he's never come back. Ajax have just disappeared. They've sold their, I think they own 70% or something of the club. They've got rid of it. They've moved on, and now it's time for you to come in and breathe new life into this. I was gonna say franchise. It's not a franchise anymore. Into this club. I'm assuming they'll rename to Cape Town, unless there's a team called Cape Town. Then it'll be like Cape Town Wednesday or something like that. But that could be an interesting one. South Africa is fun as well. And finally, we are off to South Korea in Daegu. I want to say Daegu FC. And I picked this. I wanted to do South Korea because it's a really fun place to manage in, and it's not quite as crazy as China. But it's as a lot of these clubs are, relatively new, founded in 2002. But the main reason I picked it is not so much like game reasons, but because it's actually which is rare nowadays, a well-run club, a community-run club. I think it's a community-owned club. It's in the top league, but it's one of the smallest teams, and it's got its finances. It's not in debt. It's just kind of rail one. It's not rich, but it's got a little bit of money to spend. Its facilities are okay, and I think it's a great team if you just want to try South Korea. I always urge people to try leagues they have no idea about, because there's some really amazing rules in leagues that I've discovered through my many journeymans, and I've managed in like 50 odd countries by now probably. So that's just a solid club for you to go in and try South Korea and sort of see if you enjoy it and all that sort of thing, because they don't have any craziness, no silly debt or anything like that. They're just a solid club. But it's another fun place to manage. But there you go. There's my 5 fun suggestions. But more importantly, as always with these videos, get involved in the comments. Let us know about clubs around the world, not in Europe, the rest of the world, that have an interesting story, or they've just got taken over, or they've just gone bankrupt or relegated, or some sleeping giant or whatever it is, or new team on the block, that sort of thing. Let us know in the comments. Let us inform us idiots with your just bukkake your football knowledge all over our faces, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Goodbye, monetization. But there we go. They are my suggestions. Right, please subscribe if you're new to the channel. That went far different than I thought the outro was going to go. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. I've got tons of FM21 content coming over the coming weeks. We're going to do some little fun saves to the end of FM20, and then we've got big plans for FM21, getting involved with a real life club and all this sort of stuff, and doing a big fundraiser for the club. It's going to be lots of fun, so make sure you subscribe, tell your friends and all that good stuff. Give us your suggestions, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.